Week 3, just got out of the shower, and this is on my agenda, so I have to do it. Um, First thing on my mind today is that I'm just recovering sickness, so here begins another 700-day streak. You might hear it in my voice. I can feel it in my voice. Whenever I get sick, whenever I'm not sick, I always take a moment to think about how good it feels to not have scratchy throat, not have mucus everywhere. So if you're not sick right now, knock on wood and just take a second to close your eyes and feel how good it feels to breathe, right? So I also I came out here because I wanted to take a moment to recognize how awesome this winter has been. It hasn't snowed once, except for apparently right now, so little tiny flurries, but whatever, I can deal with it. So it's kind of funny that as mild as this winter has been and how awesome that is, that right now it's actually the first time that it's snowing. Whatever. But I really wanted to come out here to show you these guys. What the hell is that? I don't even know. So, say hello. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, so minute 30 in, okay. So another thing that I've been thinking about lately that I want to talk about is just how asking the right questions is a very important thing. So for anyone who knows me, I'm a big fan of knowledge. I do just about anything for more knowledge. It's a little disgusting, really. But after many years with this obsession of knowledge, I began to realize that knowledge isn't really as awesome as questions. You can kind of tell how far along a topic or, I don't know, field of whatever a person has come if they are, but by the questions that they ask. So with fitness, for example, this is the example I always like to give. People come in and they'll ask, whatever's in their immediate awareness. They're like, how do I have more energy? How do I lose fat? How do I not be so skinny? Or how do I not have this terminal illness or disease, like, I don't know, high blood pressure or whatever. So those are all great things to ask. But then when you get really deep into, I don't know, down the rabbit hole, you start asking other things, like how can I recover better? How can I sleep better? How can I recover better in between bouts of high output performance? And these questions, they don't seem so relevant when you're asking those earlier questions. But the kinds of people that ask them, they're already down this path where they know that they're looking for, more energy or less fat or more muscle. But they kind of continue on and then have more specific questions. So while knowledge is awesome, the questions are really where the money's at. And the better the questions you ask, the better the information that you get, because it's more direct, it's more specific. I guess another example is, what's the best exercise that burns a whole bunch of calories or whatever? If you could only do one exercise for the rest of your life, what would it be? And, that might be the initial question. The later question might be, if exercise is stressor, then how do we balance our stress better? How do we, give it the appropriate highs and give it the appropriate lows? I always think about how, I don't get sick very often. So I always wonder, what is it that makes myself and many of my friends and peers who live just kind of a similar lifestyle to me, why don't we get sick very often? And I think that nutrition obviously plays a role. We like healthy foods more so than not so healthy foods. We can feel the difference. We tend to prioritize our sleep. We tend to prioritize our workouts. We have these highs and these lows in stress. So all of these things together kind of have a function on just keeping a good, strong, healthy immune system. And we're past 5 minutes. So more on this another time. Thanks for watching. I don't know why. See ya.